Mr. Vladimir Gonzales is here with us once again. Sir Vladi, welcome back.
Thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
And how are you?
I am good, regaining my strength, and by the grace of God, I'm back.
And thank you for opening up the topic. You were diagnosed as COVID positive.
That's correct. It was a very humbling experience. Last April 28, I was diagnosed to be COVID positive. Never did I expect na it could happen to me. But nevertheless, kadamo gid sang nagkambyo sang akon perspective in life, in everything, in politics, in business, family. I think it's worthwhile to share my personal experience for people na it's something serious actually. One thing I realized with my experience, kung ibalikon ko tani when it happened to me, I could have submitted myself to the hospital. Kaya damo kung mga friends naging positive, ang fear nila nga hindi sila mag-declare because kwaon sila, this and that. And it's not a joke actually to be separated with your family, etc. In my case, I was confident because I have my own room, I have my own space in the house. So I talked to the doctor na kung pwede din lang ko sa balay mag-isolate, which I was allowed. But little did I realize na dapat gidyatani ara ka sa hospital because if you're in the hospital, you will be administered on a day-to-day basis, day and night, your blood test and everything. Since ara lang ko sa balay, wala gid ko nakuhaan any tests, ongoing tests on a day-to-day basis. Wala ko nakuhaan x-ray, etc. Although I have a doctor who's trying to monitor me, a doctor here in Bacolod and in Manila. You know what happened? The reason why I said na given a chance which I would like to advice for those na magka-positive, better na lang nga magpa-hospital. Because nag-negative na ko sang after 14 days, that was May 14, pero ang post-COVID, I did not realize na kinanglan ma-regain pa all the strength, the energy, your system and everything. Until today, actually, I'm not 100% up and above. May mga issues kong ginadeal subong, especially my sugar. All of a sudden, my sugar shoot up. When I got negative already, May 14, May 25, all of a sudden, naging hypersensitive ako of allergy. Never in my life that I have an allergy sa mga seafood. So one night, I was rushed to the hospital. Grabe ang nagkaon ko crab, grabe ang allergy from half of my body going up, kadasig. So I was rushed to the hospital. And may lang, blessing in disguise, nga ang protocol sang Riverside, nga kinanglan i-x-ray ka. I even nag-resist pa ko. Ko, I just need an injection. Right
Anti-allergy.
But I have to submit of their protocol. Nakita sa x-ray ko nga may ara pa ko pneumonia. I didn't know nga may pneumonia.
And that was after nga you were...
10 days after nag-negative ko.
Oh.
So, amo nang nasiling ko, had I submitted myself to the hospital, tanan ina, wala na naasikaso, nakita ina. Of course, my iron shoot ups. Nagsaka akong iron, SGPT and everything. So that's why until today, I'm dealing it, health-wise.
And that is very alarming because it seems nga ang COVID does have long-term effects.
Correct. Believe it or not, Julius, I lost 16 pounds in 2 weeks. 16 pounds in 2 weeks. Almost 1 pound every day. So it's very unusual nga drastic ang akong panaog. That's why after everything, amo pa lang nagkuha ko sa mga series of mga laboratory tests because the doctor is also alarmed. What cause? It is very unusual. So, by the grace of God, though negative man ang akong mga PSA, sa mga cancer indicators bala, why do you nga muna? So, chances are, it because of my elevated sugar na nagniwang ko.
Wow.
So, I have to deal with it now. At least wala pa man ko ga-insulin, but kabay pa ma-reverse because of the medication. But again, given a chance, tani wala na siya naglambot sa muna nga situation.
So it was basically a hospital supervised home isolation.
No, it was not really doctor lang, but not physically checking on me.
Telemed.
Oo, amo lang na, though through the phone and everything. But again, sige lang, it's water under the bridge. It's been done.
But you are known to be a very active person, eh.
Yes.
And judging by what you do, you don't act your age, actually. Pila ka na?
My age? I'm 54. I'm 54.
You are 54, but you don't act like 54. I mean, you know.
That's your opinion.
Oh, sige. Masaylo na tayo ba? Di ba si... Basi lain lang kanto ang tagaran. Anyway. Sir, what was the scariest part sang imo nga isolation?
Actually...
Can you share to us?
Yeah. Thank you for asking. Wala ko ka-experience ang loss of taste, loss of smell, loss of appetite. It was all ara tanan. The only thing is, because I also monitor sa oximeter ang akon nga, how do you call that? Oxygen level, saturation. And kay gapanaog, normally you should not go below 95. The normal is 97, 98. So I think I remember nagpanaog ko hasta 90 or 89. So most of the time, I have to administer myself with an oxygen. That's why my advice, it should be a basic on your medicine na bala sa balay nga dapat may standby ka mo nga oxygen and oximeter because it's a lifesaver. I was having problem breathing. It's really in a sense nga I cannot hold my breath even for 2 seconds.
Oh.
That's why even I was sleeping, I have to put on the oxygen. Magtakilid lang ko. I cannot sleep, left or right. Yan, kaya ka lang. It was hard. That's why, you know what, 10 days after, nagwa ko sa kwarto ko. I was sitting outside. Wow. Ang akong reflection, the small thing in life that you don't appreciate, grabe ang pag-appreciate ko sang air. How precious the air is that we take for granted. Grabe gid. It's a very humbling experience. And amo na gasiling ko, I've never been so closer with the Lord except those time. Nga grabe gid. Ang nagapa-move forward sa akon, I listen to mga praise songs. I pray a lot. And para sa akon, I think the Lord gave me a second chance.
So for you, this is your second life?
I believe this is my second life nga impasugtan ko liwat because I have friends. Nga, just recently, pila ka bilog friends ko napatay.
Mga negosyante ni?
Different profession, but those are my friends. That's why para sa akon, sometimes hindi na ako manguna sa mga plano ko because I just surrender it kung anong gusto sang Ginoo. That's why in my prayer, in my journey, just be ahead of me. Kaya kaya mapaumod na lang ko. You'll never know, Julius, you know how precious life is until it's there in front of you. You will appreciate small little things that you don't appreciate before.
Like what?
Like air, I said. My family, my kids.
You are known to be close sa imo nga mga apo.
Yes.
And for that period, hindi mo sila ma-hug,
Correct.
hindi mo sila ma-kiss.
Correct.
How did it make you feel?
Grabe gid because a part of my room, there's a glass area. So makita ko lang na sila, bisitahan ko nila. Sa glass ko lang sila makita.
Do priso ka ba?
Correct. Grabe, gid. It's a very humbling experience and it's real. It happened to me. It can happen to all of us. And it can still happen to me. Because I have friends nga kaduhan nag-positive. So, kabudlay gid nga because once ang isa ka member of the family is infected, the rest of the family also suffers financially. Okay lang kung may isarang ka, but how about those regular people just work tapos I cannot imagine ang difficulties sa isa ka pamilya.
Although of course it's different kung may resources ka nga hulagon. Like in your case, at least bisan paano.
Maskin paano, that's what I'm saying, na may mahulag ko, nabudlayan pa ko gani. What more ang iban?
Anong pinaka-difficult nga part?
The difficult part is when you become helpless bala. Nga it's already there, but to accept it also, that it's happening. Kabudlay. But once you're there, daw, tiway ka naman choice.
May time nga nag-deny ka pa nga, kuya COVID, kaya ko ni.
No. There was an indicator days before I was tested positive. Nga, that was the denial stage. Nga, basi, trangkaso lang and everything. In fact, a day before I was tested positive, ambal ko pa kay Kong Albi. Kong, andam-andam ka man kong ha, kay kung grabe sa mo ka pisan, kalagawan. And we were talking like less than a meter away.
Oh.
That's why, when I got positive, tanan sila, pa-swab na yung tanan. Yeah, it was a difficult time.
Did it make you question your purpose?
You know what? I did not question my purpose. Actually, ang realization ko is, God must have some purpose in my life. Because in the past 5 years, I believe nga damo man ko trials nga ginagyan. Damo gid. And I think it's more of a cleansing.
Cleansing.
Surrendering myself that I am not in control. Somebody is in control of my life, which I submitted.
I'll go to politics later, pero ano pa ang mga very intimate nga realizations mo? I mean, it's different if you are faced with death eh.
Correct.
And sometimes some people won't understand kung anong
Correct.
imo na-realize.
And to tell you honestly, Julius, ang priorities ko bala, ang plans ko, though nag-detour ng akon nga, by the way, I'm a person of oozing with confidence in anything that I do. But in this experience, though nag-detour ang akon nga confidence, though nahadlok na ko mag-decide big decision without even asking kung is this for me. That's why naglain akong perspective, even sa politika, sa totoo lang. Even sa politika.
Let's talk about that later, no?
Yes. Hindi na ko gusto nga unahan pa. That's why, regardless if later on, for as long as Albi will win, regardless if I'm elected or appointed, it really doesn't matter to me.
That's interesting. Because the last time we're talking about elective position. So when you are now talking about a possible appointive position.
Regardless of you be an elected or appointed, it doesn't matter to me. Because what is clear to me, kung magdaog lang si Kong Albi, I have the chance to serve Bacolod.
Makasaot ka pa, hindi na?
Doon naglumpat how? I think the last...
Magkadto tanay sa politika.
Okay.
Antes ka magkadto. Kay nadumduman ko, mayo ka magsaot sa kampanya ka eh.
Yeah, the last time I danced actually was in 2016 or no,
before.
Sa NGC ay nakasaot pa ko da sang 2013 or 14 during a Valentine's presentation ni
Nadumduman
Monico.
ko pagkampanya niyo sa Villamonte, I was there.
Yeah. With Jason and Joshua sa maneuvers.
Daw, amo to.
Yeah,
Oo,
yeah.
amo to.
Sa plaza, nagsaot mo kami to.
Oo. Maneuvers ka gadya sa una or lain ka nga group?
I have another group, but contemporary ko sila. Sometimes we dance together.
Anong nga klase sang subong damo na sir eh? May popping, may cramping, may damo na sang dance styles.
Ang style bala ni Gary Valenciano, amo na siya.
Pop lang gina siya basically.
Yeah.
May elements of breakdancing. Ang kay Gary wala.
Kay Gary, not so much.
Strut.
Oh, may
May
pagkamo
strut.
na.
So, interested ka gyapon sa dance
Of course,
until now?
I would love to dance because para sa akin, that's for me, that's best exercise. But of course, hindi na ako kasaot because I'm too old
I've
for
seen
that.
your photos sang hubin ka pa.
Yeah. I can show you some photos nga gasaot ko.
Tuod. Do gigulo ka sa una, no? Pila ka bilog nubya mo sa una?
Ano no?
Pila ka bilog nubya mo sa una?
Wow, what a hard question.
Sa gasaot ka bla?
Saan gasaot ko?
May gahulat sa dalam stage kadala si Ben wala. Wala.
We have all those fun memories, no? When you are being praised and idolized in Manila, especially mga campus tours.
Because during that time wala pa influencer sa Facebook.
Wala pa.
You were actually superstars eh. In a way
Kung diin kami may, let's say, show, let's say may show kami, for example, in Batangas, because ginlibot na naman sa shows ang Luzon. A week after that, a lot of fan letters are coming to the studio.
Wow.
Fan letters nga alos hindi na namon mabasa. Amo na.
Anong intudlo sang dance sa imo?
Wow, dancing taught me a lot. Confidence. Hindi bala hapos mag-atubang. The first 3 months, I remember when I danced on stage. Daw hindi ko pa makilala kung sinong galantaw. Because you're conscious, you're tense and everything. But after a while, maskin ato ka to sa punta, gasaot kami, makita ta na ka. Because I enjoyed the dancing already. Daw tanan nga mga palibot, ma-enjoy mo na, makita mo na. Once you become at ease with what you're doing. And it taught me a lot of confidence.
Confidence, aside from that. May discipline man in dance?
Oh yes, of course. A lot of discipline. Grabe gid.
Why so?
Well, of course, you have to practice. You know the enjoyable and hardest part is during practices. Ang show na ano na lang na siya. Wala na siya. But the most challenging is, of course, you have your time and you have to perfect what you're doing. And it taught me leadership as well. Because in the group, ako yung negotiate. Kundi ng bookings, and how much you should be receiving. It taught me a lot. In fact, it helped me travel Europe among 49 countries. I represented the Philippines during that time among 49 countries.
Do wala tanto may nakabalo sinao. Tell us something about that, sir.
Yeah, that was the time when UP, Bayanihan Dance Group, was no longer sponsored 100%. So it was open to some other school, nga 50% lang. So UE, University of the East, took that opportunity. Kulang man sila sang dancer nga may isarang. So that's where I was invited. And with me, I brought along 2 of my brothers. And
Si Arif?
Si Stormy and si Najib. Impabit-bit ko lang sila instruments. And we were there like for 4 months. Then, among 49 countries.
Nagano ka mo?
We represented the Philippines
Saot?
through dancing.
Ano nga sa pop?
Our folk dance.
Tood?
Muslim dance. Tanan.
So ikaw nagsaot ka Muslim?
Yeah, I did. In fact, that happens every 2 years in Europe.
Oh.
49 countries involved. In fact, I remember my photo was ara sa France. Ako na billboard representing the Philippines.
Wow.
it was a very good experience.
So, ang imo nga journey is actually from very sad to less sad to happy to...
Glamorous life.
In a way, may glamour ka. You felt that you led a glamorous life before.
No, when I was a student, I was not allowed to attend parties.
Ooh,
I was not allowed to have a girlfriend
why so?
because ang father ko, grabe ka, stricto. I have to be at home by 5 o'clock from school. Wala ko ginasugdan mga other extracurricular activities.
You were not allowed to have a girlfriend.
Wala.
A,
Yeah.
meaning isa. But
No,
you
no,
had
no, no.
many.
No. Wala, hindi ko to allowed. I'm not allowed to go a date or something.
And you followed
Yes.
strictly sa
Yes.
tatay mo.
That's the reason why, one of the reasons siguro nga I decided to leave. I went to Manila and nakadto sa show business. And I enjoyed, daw nakagwa ka wala sa Priswan. Because
Buyan Storil.
come to think na almost every day, you have a show. Tapos every show, may ginatawag nga cast party. And kung sino dang upod mo sa cast party, mga celebrities, that's how you feel also.
Sinong celebrity nga doon nag-close ka?
Well, plenty, no? The first time Don Solweta, went, nagwa, she danced with us.
Siya kagwapa kay Don sa una.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Si Gretchen Barreto, she joined us also mag-front act sa mga international concert.
Gwapa gid man si Gretchen, up
Oh,
close.
Gretchen is so beautiful. And during her time, grabe. Many
Sino
more.
pa?
Every Wednesday, I don't know kung naabdan mo, every Wednesday, ara kami sa That's Entertainment.
Ang Wednesday group, kaday sino gani?
Sina Ami Perez,
Si Ami Perez was...
Rufa Gutierrez.
si Ami
Rachel
Perez was That's Entertainment, no?
That's Entertainment. Sino pa? Rachel Alejandro,
Oh.
Jano Gibbs. Many. Damo. Every
Ang
Wednesday.
paborito ko si Lilet eh.
Sino?
Si Lilet.
Lilet. Who's
Si
Lilet?
Lilet was not That's Entertainment.
Right.
Si Isabel Granada,
Isabel was also on Wednesday group.
Wednesday. Was she really that beautiful?
She's cute and sharp feature.
Domorokan.
Do Moroccan. Yeah.
Oh. Sinong na-crush mo?
Ang crush ko, Gid. Oh my God. Hindi siya, sister siya ni Joan Lorenzana, the singer. Si Beth Lorenzana, who is the producer of, nag-produce na siya eh. Amo tong crush ko because she resembled my girlfriend before. Secretly.
Wow. Hindi na ako mamangkot kung sinong girlfriend mo before. Kasadya sin eh. Now, anyway, why did you not decide to go full-time sa showbiz?
It was because I got sick. Nag-hepatitis A ako abroad.
Oh.
So once you have hepatitis A, you cannot exert effort anymore. So that forced me to go back to Lasal and continue my chemical engineering. So 1 year man lang ko nag-dance.
Natapos mo gid ang chem-eng mo la.
Unfortunately, I'm on my 5th year. I lack 3 more subjects, which is prerequisite. Hindi mo pwede madungan. And I was circumstance overrun by events ako because I got married.
Okay. All right. Although of course a lot of people who live successful lives, some of them don't have degrees actually, diba?
The irony is, I became an honorary chemical engineering student of Lasal na ako pang nag-speaker sa ila during sa mga graduations mo.
All right. Now, sir, let's go to the sigurong ginahulat sang tanan subong. Maano si Citizen Vladdy mag-abot ang October 2021?
Maano ako? As I mentioned earlier, wala ako na ginapangunahan. I'm okay. I should not be anxious. I should not worry kung ako ang pilion as a running mate of Mayor Albi to be. Because that was what happened when I offered him na if he want Kung ikaw madalagan, mas step aside ko. Pero wala na siya kondisyon. Wala na siya kondisyon nga, kung ikaw ma-mayor, dapat ako ang vice mayor. Hindi ko amo nang atawo. Hindi ko yung politiko.
So you came into the picture without any conditions.
Correct. Because I would appreciate it more nga imbis nga idasok mo lawas mo, ikaw ang ginhagad.
Oh.
That you can
Idasok. Which is happening right now, no? Amuning period sang politika, which is a year before the actual elections, nga ang political scientists, ang term nila, jockeying for positions. Lagsanay, horse trading, kambyuhanay kandidato. Si amuni dito makadtos piyak, si amuni masaylo tos piyak. Subong diin nga stage na, anong kakatabo?
I don't think I have to divulge that, no? I have no authority to divulge anything about that.
But may negotiations pa between Mayor Bing and Kong Albi, wala?
Nga, may negotiation before. How?
Miyara kuno.
Mayara?
Oo.
Maybe.
And I've heard nga it fell through.
What?
It fell through.
I choose to
Do you
invoke myself.
do you invoke the Fifth Amendment right now? Very interesting.
Yeah.
Pero what is healthy about all of this?
You know what health is all about is sa pagsulod ni Kong Albi sa Bacolod, there's hope. The spirit of hope became a reality. And mabatsagan ko na kay every time we go in the barangay, Purok, people are now excited. And ang isa ka indicator is wala ga parehistro before, marehistro sila kay mabuto sila kay Kong Albi. And that's the spirit of hope. Albi, for whatever it is, brought hope for Bacolod. Na pwede gali magbago ang Bacolod nga politika.
Alright. Naray, anong paborito mo nga kanta nga sa utan sa una?
Oh,
Pop, ha? Pop.
pop.
Oo.
Oh, Footloose.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
Whoa.
We danced that sa Lasal, here. Many things. Crush on You, Sweet Dreams.
Sweet Dreams.
Many songs.
Pero Kenny Loggins, yun ang paborito mo. I'm going to ask you later on to dance a few steps to Footloose, if you can. If you can. May partner, wala?
No. Siguro, nahuya na ko. Subong.
For the first time. Sir,
Nahuya ko kayo wala music eh.
hindi pwede ka patukal.
No.
Sir, would you play that song kung magdaog si Albi?
Which one?
Footloose.
Oh,
What song would you like to dance to?
I would prefer a praise song.
Which is?
Give thanks.
Give thanks. You've become a religious man or spiritual person after your COVID days.
No. Actually, it's been 7 years now when my wife passed away. Dira lang gid ko gatling sa iya. And I have this Friday group for the past 6 years that gives me strength.
Was there a point during your confinement nga, ay, amo na ni mamit ko na uli ang akon nga asawa?
No.
Did you think of that?
No. I'm a fighter.
You are a
I'm a
fighter.
Every time may matabo sa akon, I always think of a solution. Automatic na siya.
And do you think kung wala ka nagbato, kag nakitanay ka mo, do you think iganya ka? Nano ka nga wala ka nagbato? What do you think?
I'm a solution maker then.
Solution maker.
So, I'm, nothing too heavy, too difficult nga hindi naton makaya. Para ka lang.
Sir Vladimir Gonzales, thank you so much.
Thank you again. for
But I
this
have to ask you to
opportunity.
dance.